love to visit are closed. Just being, I would say, enjoying our surroundings, and I think we kind of forget that sometimes. We kind of um, do do I would say take for granted our what we have already nearby in our own backyards. It's a book that I want to read. It's called In Your Own Backyard. We all. Hey everyone, we are back. We're back, and it is another day of quarantine, as we call it. My hair is going crazy. Um, yeah, no barber shops, no gyms. Somebody help us. Nah, for real. I think a lot of things I took for granted. I think we all took for granted certain little things that we kind of did every day, and just used to a way of living. And I think a lot of things for me are very, very obviously they're not the end all be all. Obviously, they're not the most important things in life, but a general just care and maintenance. From our haircuts, from maybe some people like to get massages. For me, the gym, some type of physical activity. I still do them outdoors. Don't get me wrong, but definitely miss those things, and I think I've been kind of having a little bit of withdrawals the last couple of days, trying to see if I can implement some resistance in my routines. And it's a lot more harder than I thought to find these things right now. It's a hot market. They're are golden right now, and just working like a horse right now, searching for some free weights. I never thought I would be doing this, but yeah, apparently it is a lot harder to find them right now, especially when a lot of us are trying to stay active or some type of activity on a daily basis. And yeah, it's a lot more um, tricky right now. But all things being aside, and we're healthy, we're have shelter, have food, have water. So everything else obviously is not that important. But yes, it does make it a little bit more um, tricky when you can't have things you want to have, right? But at the end of the day, we still have what we need. And I hope you're staying safe. You're being a smart quarantine and all. Doesn't look like New York City is going to be functioning 100% anytime soon. So that being said, I think we need to have a mindset of doing this for the next couple of months, and just it's a new norm, as they call it, the New York norm, where New York is a city that never sleeps. It's definitely not like that anymore. You go to the streets now; it's really, really empty. Not many people on the streets. Um, Not many gatherings, at least from where I'm at right now. But everybody seems to be respecting the social distancing, and also I'm noticing that a lot of other people are actually going outside, enjoying the outdoors. They're taking walks, obviously, complying with the social distancing, but they're going. They're my neighborhood. I never saw many people walk around. Now I'm seeing a lot of people walking. I would be probably the only one taking my brisk walk. Now when I do go for a walk, I see a lot more people walking in the streets. Now I don't know if that's because they're home because they can't go to work, or is it because they have more time in their hands and they're actually enjoying the neighborhood that they live in, and doing the best they can from where they're at. Since a lot of things that we would love and would love to visit are closed, just being, I would say, enjoying our surroundings, and I think we kind of forget that sometimes. We kind of do do I would say take for granted our what we have already nearby in our own backyards. It's a book that I want to read. It's called In Your Own Backyard. We oftentimes we think that if we go, I know for me, if I would go hiking an hour away, that was my nirvana. But you can go for a walk in a park nearby, and it's kind of obviously the beauty and and nature is not there, but you can make it that you can make it wherever you want to make it. There's also a great book that I haven't read yet, but the I think Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl, and they always say as well that your circumstances don't make you, right. Circumstances don't make you. End of the day, they reveal you. So if you live in a neighborhood right now you feel like you never really care for, you're just there, for the meantime, and you can't wait to get out, then that's a perspective you taking. Granted, there's some places that obviously you can't even. You gotta be careful. You can't walk outside. It's a lot of violence, a lot of gang activity, drugs. So it is dangerous. But there's some places that is just a lot quieter, and maybe not as nature-esque or maybe not as beautiful, but you can still make it. You know, you can still go outside and take your walks and go to the local park and do things that you would do in any other park, for the most part. So I think, you know, taking that mindset, that strategy to where we at now, where we kind of are forced to stay home, not able to, you know, those that have jobs and can't go to work right now, those that, for me, parents, the kids are staying home, and we're kind of focused on them now, basically teaching full time for now, and understanding that. So I think that being said, we have to enjoy it. And for me, it's very frustrating for me. I'm still focusing on trying to do the home teaching thing, but at the same time, I think about it. I kind of ground myself and just enjoy it, because I know that this time right now with my kids and focusing on them won't come back. You know, it's just something that's gonna happen now and it won't come back. And they'll probably look back years later of how much we interacted because of the time we have together. You know, how much more conversations we had, how much more we get to know each other. I'm not stuck, but I'm with them now 24/7 in a sense. And you know, as a parent, you're used to some alone time, and that doesn't happen. So, learning that, and also being more, you know, I would say more closer to my kids in the sense that you have more time to ask them deeper questions, and more questions come to my mind. I want to know what they're doing, what are they doing in school, like really in detail, what they plan to do, what they used to do. So I'm learning more about their days, who they are, in a sense, kind of a little bit more about who they are, away from home. And it's very, very revealing, and I love it. And I think we should all take this moment to do the same thing with our kids and those that we love, because this moment is right now and it won't come back, right? Hopefully, this goes away sooner than later, but at the same time, enjoying the process. And me, like I said, changing, adapting to what the circumstances are throwing at us, I think is something that we can learn from, and get some skills from, right? A lot of us might not understand how many skills we're gaining right now, right? If you're staying at home, you're probably becoming a cook. If you're gardening in your house, you learn how to garden. If you're fixing up your house, you learn how to paint, how to, whatever it is you do in your house, right? You're learning these things while at home. I see a lot of people gardening now on their homes, and taking more joy and pride in their home because they have more time. So maybe there's a lot of bright side to this, a lot of good things that come out of this, and it might not all be clouds and rain. It might just be sunshine right behind it. And I choose to be that way. I choose to think that way. And I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy. And thank you once again for joining me. And again, make your surroundings work for you. So I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Peace.